Hey everyone, and welcome. So today we're diving into something really cool, the world of personal autonomous AI agents. We're going to break down this awesome open source project called OpenClaw, which, get this, has official backing from OpenAI.
Okay, let's just start with a big idea. What if you had a personal assistant that worked for you around the clock, running right on your own computer, just ready to handle your entire digital life? And that's pretty much the dream we're exploring today.
So, what exactly is OpenClaw? Well, think of it like this. It's an AI agent that you install and run all by yourself. The fact that it's open source is amazing, because that means total transparency. It's all written in TypeScript, and that official stamp of approval from OpenAI, well, that gives it some serious street cred.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds super complicated, right? But stick with me. We're going to walk through it. This next part is all about getting you from zero to having your very first chat with your brand new AI agent. You know, it really just boils down to three main steps. First, you got to install it. Second, you connect it to an AI brain, like the big models from OpenAI or Anthropic. And third, and this is the fun part, you give it a personality and tell it who you are. Let's dig in.
Getting this thing up and running is surprisingly easy, even if you're not some coding wizard. You literally just open up your computer's terminal, paste in this one single command right here, and hit enter. That's it. The whole thing takes, a minute or two to get the basics installed.
Okay, so during that super quick setup, it's going to ask for an API key. Just think of that as a password that lets OpenClaw talk to the AI model. Then you get to the cool stuff, the personalization. You can give your agent a name, we'll just call it Claw for now, and then you introduce yourself, and it actually saves all of that, building this persistent memory so it knows who you are every time you talk to it.
All right, so you've got this basic AI agent sitting on your computer. Now what? Well, this is where the real magic begins. You make it useful by connecting it to the world, your world, the apps and services you use every single day.
The very first step is to break it out of that little black box on your computer screen. You can actually link OpenClaw to your favorite messaging apps. This means you can chat with your agent wherever you are, right from your phone.
And it's so much simpler than you'd think. For WhatsApp, you just scan a QR code, boom, done. For Telegram, you use this thing called BotFather to create a new bot and get a special token. And the best part? All those conversations you have on the go, they sync right back to the agent running on your machine at home. It's seamless.
But look, just chatting with an AI is one thing. The true, mind-blowing potential here, the real game changer, is giving your AI the ability to actually use other apps and tools for you.
And this one quote really it says it all. Zapier is the super powerful service that connects all your different apps together, but man, it can be a pain to set up. But instead of fumbling through it all manually, this person just copied the instructions and pasted them right into the chat with OpenClaw. And just like that, it worked. The connection was made. OpenClaw instantly knew what tools it could now use, in this case, getting emails or creating drafts in Gmail. A quick test, hey, get me my last 5 emails, and boom, there they were, perfectly formatted right in the chat. How cool is that? Okay, this all sounds absolutely incredible, I know. But before we all get carried away, let's pump the brakes for a second. It's time for a really important reality check, because with all this power comes some pretty serious risks and, costs. Let's start with a number, 17%. What on earth could that mean? Well, it's actually a pretty stark warning about what could be lurking out there in the community. It turns out that some research suggests up to 17% of skills created by the community might actually be malicious honeybots. These are basically traps designed to steal your data. It's a classic double-edged sword, right? The open source world lets things grow incredibly fast, but it can also be a bit of a wild west where you have to be super careful. And then there's the other big one, your wallet. If you're using a top-tier cloud model like GPT-4 and you leave your agent running 24/7, those API costs can pile up fast. I mean, we're talking a few bucks a day just for testing, which could easily turn into hundreds of dollars a month if you're not watching it like a hawk. So, is there a way to get all this incredible power but manage the risks of cost and security? Well, for the more advanced users out there is another way: taking the whole operation local. This chart really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one hand, you have the cloud models. They're super easy to set up, but the costs can get high and you're sending your data to another company. On the other hand, you have local models. They're totally free to run and 100% private, but they do take more technical know-how and a beefy computer. The best way to go local right now is with a tool called Allama.
It lets you download and run these massive AI models directly on your own machine. That means zero ongoing API bills and total, complete data privacy. But here's the catch. You're going to need a pretty powerful computer, say a Mac Mini or better, and be ready for some huge downloads. Some of these models are over 25 gigs.
So, where does all of this leave us? On one hand, OpenClaw is this amazing glimpse into the future of productivity, a future where we all have personal AI assistants running our digital lives. But it also throws these huge challenges of security, cost, and privacy right in our faces. The tech is here, no doubt about it. The real question is, are we ready for it?